I hope that's right. Okay.
Okay, well, hello, Thato. Am I
Hi,
saying that?
Jim.
Am I saying that right?
No,
How do I say it?
it's oh my goodness. It's Thato.
Tato.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, well, all right. Well, nice to finally see you. We've been in touch on Facebook for so long, and
For so long, right?
as I've told you a million times, I remember I used to tell you this all the time. If you could just get some worldwide exposure or some exposure there in South Africa, you could be the Oprah of South Africa. And the reason I've always said that is because you always had these big conversations going. You have a big audience and big discussions, and you're always so clear and have something to say about everything. So I'm just
Yeah.
been curious to meet you all this time, and this is going to be the first of a series of interviews.
Okay.
I hope it's going to be the first of a series of interviews with people that I want to get to know in person that I've known on
Okay.
Facebook for a while. So, what city are you in?
So, I'm in Bloemfontein. It's right in the center of South Africa, just right in between of Johannesburg and Cape Town. That's me.
So, what is it that you are? I know you're both working and studying. What are you working and what are you studying?
Okay. I used to work for the Department of Health as an admin clerk, and then applied for a study leave and to study nursing.
Oh, good.
So I'm a full-time student. When you see me at work, that's actually me being on the practical side of nursing. So we do it interchangeably. For a period of time, we'll be at the clinicals, at the hospitals or clinics. And then after that, we'll be attending classes, writing tests and exams.
So, to introduce you to people, you have two beautiful young daughters, and
Yes.
they're doing well.
They're doing very well. My eldest is going to high school next year.
Wow.
And the youngest is going to grade 4. She's going to grade 4. She's turning 10. So they are quite big now. They aren't little girls they used to be when we first met.
Yeah, I know. And
Yeah, they
they seem pretty sassy from some of the things that you post about them. Um,
way more way more than I am.
I remember going way back to the beginning. I haven't seen so much of this lately, but I remember in the beginning, a lot of what, beginning of our acquaintance, I remember a lot of what you were posting was about how unhappy you were with your Mormon church and your Mormon upbringing. Is that still a big part of your consciousness and a big part of what bugs you, or have you moved on?
I think I've transitioned quite well. I think that time was my healing period. So I had to take everything out, and Facebook was sort of a platform for me to, because I didn't have anyone in my life at the time to sort of talk to about these things, and Facebook allowed me to meet with people who had gone through what I did,
Oh yeah,
and I was able to be able to express my thoughts and feelings about it. And in as much as it still upsets me what the church does, but I'm in a different space right now. So I'm not really that much into talking about it, but my views on it are still the same.
yeah.
Yeah.
What is the language? This is all going to show you how ignorant I am. But what is the language? What is the language besides English that I see you post in and speak
Posting
into?
about
Huh?
it's Sesotho.
Okay, and that's what the natives of South Africa speak in addition to English. Is that right?
We have 11
Oh
official
boy.
languages.
Yeah.
We have, where I'm from, we speak Sesotho, Setswana, isiXhosa, English, and Afrikaans. Where
Wow.
I'm from. But we have Zulu, which I'm sure you are familiar with. Zulu,
Yeah, yeah, I've heard the name.
yes, yes, and Chivenda, Sedi, um, Swat. What is this? Ndebele. Yeah,
Okay.
we have quite a few languages. I can speak a few of them.
And speaking, oh, you do. And speaking of Afrikaans, I noticed Mr. de Klerk died the other day, and
Yes,
that reminded
yes.
me of the whole. I was reading a little bit about the apartheid days, and he was the big evil president in the apartheid days, but he seemed to transition to wanting to make a reconciliation. He and Nelson Mandela. Is that accurate, or what are your thoughts on that? You think he was just going with the flow, or he had a change of heart?
Um, you know what? You can never really know what's in the heart of a person,
Yeah,
and given what has happened in the past, we in South Africa, especially Black people, are not really believing that he was genuine.
yeah,
We believe that he was doing what he had to do at the time to save the Afrikaner government and the people at that particular time. Because when he was president, this was the late 80s, early 90s, things were really hectic back then. Like Black people were really having these uprisings, and there were a lot of sanctions, and the apartheid government at that time was not really having a good time. So the world was putting a lot of pressure on them. So they had to do something.
yeah.
So they figured we target them at the head, which was Nelson Mandela. So we have him where we want him. We have negotiations with him, but we should try at least to make sure that our people don't lose anything. So that's basically what happened.
Well,
And
yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
um, there's interviews where we see Nelson Mandela not happy with remember they had to accept the Nobel Peace Prize
Yeah.
together.
Oh no, I
And
didn't remember that. But
yeah, just before that, Nelson Mandela had an interview where he was saying he didn't understand why de Klerk had to get the award because he did nothing. So it's quite
good for.
confusing that he went on to accept it with him. Not only that, after the 1994 democratic elections, Nelson Mandela made him the deputy president of the
Oh,
country. So,
well,
at that
maybe.
time, there was that euphoria, that there was that excitement, Mandela preaching the Rainbow Nation and all of that. And people didn't really quite deal with the past. People didn't really deal with what Black people went through. So, as the years has gone by, with the ANC, which the party that Nelson Mandela was a part of, as it started to fail people and white people here in the country started becoming emboldened. They never asked for forgiveness. They never, paid for whatever wrongs that was done to Black people. We are starting to see the racism coming out, and it's really not nice at the moment in this country. I think we need to really face what we have been through and deal with it in order to be able to move on. But we really haven't done the work. We haven't done the work.
Well, we have the same discussion in this country about you know how you have to acknowledge what the evil and the pain was in the past in order to really heal and move on. And I think a lot of people have, but there's a large group of people who are resisting that and encouraging other people to resist that and pretend that nothing much happened. But I was always very impressed that South Africa was able to move on, to reconcile to some extent and move on. Of course, we did that in this country too. If you think about it, Jim Crow, the expression Jim Crow,
Yes.
that was no fun and no good either. And in the late 50s and 60s, when there was some rectification of that. I think people, a lot of people have healed and moved on compared to where we were. But I'm always very impressed by what you did in South Africa. By the way, the other day when you and I tried to connect,
Mhm.
you said you had no electricity and you had brownouts. And is that, uh, do you have like crappier service in the black areas, or you still got that kind of problem going on?
No, it's actually countrywide.
Oh, I see.
I'm actually not living in a black area.
Yeah,
I'm actually living in a predominantly white Africana area,
yeah,
but we have these scheduled blackouts, which we call load shedding, because that's what our utility provider calls them. Um, Apparently, they are overloaded. They're having issues with the power plants. It's this and that. You never really know what the problem really is.
yeah.
So basically, they will have these schedules where they will switch off the lights for about 2 hours or 4 hours straight. And yeah, that's where we are right now.
So you're springtime there, right? It's not like you've got great heat and air conditioning load, right?
It's pretty hot.
Oh,
I
okay.
think we were at 32 degrees Celsius today. It's the hottest we've been since winter.
Well, one more
Yeah.
question before I just open it up to you, because I told you I wanted you to just talk about what your dreams are and what your plans are.
Oh my
But
goodness.
you posted something the other day about somebody saying the K word around your kids. What is the K word? I mean, if it's not too horrible to say. Is
It's
it
a
like we call,
derogatory.
is it
It's like
like
it's
we,
equivalent to the N word.
oh, okay.
Um, it's what black people or people of color were called by you know who. So, like I said, I live in a predominantly white Africana area,
Yeah,
and we were having the local government elections. And so I went to vote, and as any parent would want to teach their kids uh, about this democratic right to be able to cast your vote to make a difference. Um, I honestly didn't anticipate that is what would happen. But as ugly as it is, I think it becomes a teachable moment where you have to make your kids realize that this is basically the world that we live in, and you have to learn how to navigate these things. In as much as not all white people are racist, but this is the reality because they go to a white school where they're having white teachers, and the teachers are wonderful. So they don't usually come across such things. But now here we are, and now I have to teach them that this is our reality.
it made me very sad to read that. And then, but of course, it makes me very sad to hear about that in this country. I have become much more aware of how much racism there is in the past couple of years. And of course, it was encouraged more in the past couple of years, but it really kills me to see that people still say stuff like that. Well, so those are all the questions I was made note of to ask you. So what are your plans? What are your thoughts? What are your big issues and interests these days, globally or locally or for yourself or whatever? I know it's very wide open, but you never have any trouble expressing yourself, so maybe you can run with that.
When it comes to plans about my future, it's quite a challenge. But at the moment, I'm at school. I'm studying, and I'm studying nursing. It's one of the most challenging things that I have ever had to do,
Yeah.
especially as a single mother. Um, it I basically feel like I don't even own my life anymore. I'm in
Mhm.
that mode where I feel like I just need to finish this phase and then perhaps see where to from here. Funny enough, I don't say this a lot, but I wouldn't mind going into politics. I
Well,
don't know, but I feel like if not politics, I would really like to do a lot more community work. I'm hoping that the nursing diploma that I have, and maybe as I study further, I will venture out into psychiatry or community nursing, which would help me to work more with children. I'm much more interested in working with children or the youth. Um,
well, you know the
I feel
faith,
like.
I
Mhm.
have in you. I've told you this since day one. I think you
I
could
know.
do it. I think you could do anything. I think you'd be a wonderful politician, leader, and or a great Oprah who has a is kind of somewhere between a entertainment figure and a politician. There was a lot of support
Yeah.
for her running for president last time.
Is
I'm
it?
not sure. I'm not sure that's a great idea, but
No,
um,
I don't think so.
if an Oprah like opportunity came up for you, I'm sure you'd take it, right?
I would. I
Entertainment.
definitely would. I think I have a lot to say. I think I have a lot to talk about. I think I have a lot of things that I want to bring to, like, to the attention of people. Like, if I were to get like a platform like that, definitely would. I would. Um, I think in as much as I love my kids, I love them very much. I don't regret having them. But I think having children sort of creates such a bit of a detour, or a pause somehow on certain things that you want to do. So for a time, I felt like they need to grow up, get to a certain age, then maybe I can focus on my dreams. Um, the first step was for me to go to school. So it's after that, then go to much bigger challenges. Yeah.
So you feel good about the course you're on. At least you're learning something to make a good living, right?
Yeah, but I just don't see it as just for making a living. Because I love working with people. I love helping people. In as much as I don't want to be a nurse per se, but as I grow in my journey, um, just in this time, I get to touch people's lives. I get to talk to people. I get to help people, and that also means a lot to me. You know, um, I lost both my parents, and both of them I got to take care of them for some time when they were ill. And I understand what that is like. So that sort of makes me enjoy doing what I'm doing right now, even though I know that I'm not going to be doing it for long, but I'm here in the now, and I'm enjoying it.
Well, listen, I'm a little distracted by the fact that my car is being towed outside. I mean,
Uh-oh.
oh, no, I mean it's being towed to a shop, which I wanted,
Oh,
I needed
okay.
it to be done, but
Oh, okay.
it's a racket.
Okay.
And I'm glad we've talked. And you always have me in your corner, whatever
Okay.
develops for you. I've got the highest hopes for you and the greatest faith in you. And I'm glad
Thank you
that we
so
did
much.
this interview, which I'm recording, and then I'm gonna edit it down a little bit. And
There's
but
someone here that wants to say hi to you.
I'm just excited that my friends will be able to meet you and that I'm able. Hi, beautiful. How are you?
I'm finding you.
Where's
That's
your?
my baby. She's been so curious to come and see who is this person
Oh,
that I'm speaking
yeah,
to.
that's fine. Where's your little sister?
This is the little one.
Oh,
The
you're the
big
little
sister
one.
is in another
Oh
room.
my
Yeah.
God. And
She's
you're how old
big.
again?
How old are you?
I'm 9.
She's 9.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you. It's been great to
All
see
right.
you
Thank
and
you.
talk to you.
Same here.
Be ready for big things. I hope this helps.
It does. It does. Thank you so much, Jim.
Is there anything you wanted to say that you were thinking about getting across that we haven't covered?
I can't really think of anything, but I just want to say thank you for this. We've been Facebook friends for quite a while, and it's true. You've been in my corner, always telling me um, that I can be this, as you said it before, and I really do believe it, and it'll happen.
Yes,
And I'll hit you up. I hope you still be around. I'll hit you up when that happens.
yes. Well, that's beautiful. I
Yes,
hope to be also. I wish you
yes.
the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye bye.